La primera vez pagaron por una excepción para esquivar a MJ. Llegaron con acusaciones diciendo que Inoue tenía miedo. La segunda vez fue una pelea de hierro forjado. Encontraron una manera de evitarla otra vez. El monstruo aceptó. En septiembre próximo, MJ, el acuerdo estaba firmado. Inoue no se inmutó, quería demostrar que todas las dudas estaban equivocadas. Decían que Murodjon pegaba más fuerte, que era más grande. Se suponía que él iba a acabar con Inoue. Inoue, deja de esquivarme. Vamos a pelear, ya viene el poder uzbeco. Lo que sucedió a continuación fue una locura. Aficionados al boxeo habían anhelado finalmente llegó. El legendario peleador japonés Naoya el monstruo Inoue se subió al ring para enfrentar al campeón reinante supergallo de la AMB, Murodjon Akhmadaliev. Lo que estaba en juego era astronómico. No solo los codiciados títulos unificados de la categoría supergallo, sino también el orgullo de dos atletas extraordinarios. Akhmadaliev no perdió tiempo en hacer olas incluso antes de la pelea. Su confianza estaba en pleno despliegue durante las entrevistas, donde audazmente declaró: Estados Unidos, Japón, Mónaco, Inoue, donde sea, cuando sea, no importa. A todos lados que iba, no perdía ocasión para burlarse descaradamente de Inoue con una mirada severa en los ojos. Inoue, ya es hora, mándame la ubicación. Estoy listo. Vamos, Inoue. Durante 2 años, Murodjon había sido el retador obligatorio del título supergallo de Inoue, y antes de que se acordara la pelea, el equipo de Murodjon hizo todo lo posible por agitar a Inoue para que aceptara el combate. ¿Cómo lo explicas? Al menos explícate. Deja de actuar como si el obligatorio no estuviera ahí. Y no, ya vamos. El monstruo aceptó. En septiembre próximo, MJ. Pero Inoue, tranquilo y sereno como siempre, apenas reaccionó. Ya fuera porque eligió ignorar las burlas o simplemente porque no le importaban. Su expresión enfocada como un láser insinuaba una represalia en el ring. Murodjon era el verdadero peleador más aterrador de la división. Con una furia depredadora en el ring, Akhmadaliev obliteraba a sus oponentes con knockouts deslumbrantes. Este hombre vencerá a Naoya Inoue. Inoue había sido enviado a la lona 2 veces en sus últimas 4 peleas. Una vez contra Luis Neri y luego contra Ramón Cárdenas. Aunque regresó para noquear a ambos peleadores. Todo el mundo esperaba que el contundente Murodjon le pusiera un alto definitivo al estatus de invicto y al legado de Inoue. En los careos, el comportamiento de Murodjon rozaba la arrogancia. El uzbeco flexionaba sus músculos con un porte salvaje, prometiendo llegar con la misma intensidad la noche de la pelea. Para esta pelea, MJ contrató al entrenador Joel Díaz, quien había entrenado a Ramón Cárdenas para conseguir una caída contra Inoue. Akhmadaliev tiene un gran entrenador en Joel Díaz. Es un peleador, ya ha estado ahí. Ha estado en el ring, obviamente con este peleador, y sabe de qué se trata Inoue. Conoce sus debilidades ahora. lo entiende, así que creo que tiene un mejor peleador en MJ y va a estar preparado, definitivamente preparado, y no se sorprendan si hay una sorpresa. Pero hay una cosa que MJ y su equipo debieron haber subestimado. Naoya no solo pega duro, pelea de manera inteligente. Finalmente, llegó la noche de la pelea. Al inicio, los dos peleadores técnicos se involucraron en un proceso de tanteo, pero la pelea pronto explotó en un furioso enfrentamiento.
But the one thing we do know, Corey, is that this is the biggest showdown between a monster and an MJ since Michael Jackson's Thriller video.
The ability to close ground in an instant, just the foot speed to step in with that heavy jab.
Yeah, and you'll see Akhmadaliev has the physical strength advantage, the explosiveness. In every fight in his career, that advantage has gone to Naoya Inoue. People can't quite prepare for.
Very quiet opening rounds would not be unusual that his opponent is hopelessly overmatched, which is not the case here tonight.
Yes.
But even against Yijun Kim, not exactly an electric start, but Inoue
Comes when he throws it. You know, one of the questions I had going into this fight was, we know that Akhmadaliev too tends to start conservatively and get into a rhythm as the rounds pass, but at the same time, the times we've seen Inoue hurt, it's been early in fights. So how do you reconcile this apparent early vulnerability?
right hand there from Inoue. Akhmadaliev has been telling reporters he's predicting a stoppage victory here tonight. He says, let's see how Inoue reacts when I hit him for the first time. Good left hook there from Inoue. Akhmadaliev. Generally speaking, you know that Akhmadaliev is in a rhythm, Morgan, when he is landing that left hand to the body.
Yes. And you see Akhmadaliev probing.
The question that a lot of observers had coming into this fight, Morgan, is can Akhmadaliev make up that perceived gap in terms of explosiveness?
Yes.
Not necessarily, but quickness.
Yep.
Good right hand to the body from Inoue.
Right now, you can see him seeing if he can figure out how to do that.
Now we've seen Inoue find the shot with his power hand that Akhmadaliev, I'm sure, is hoping to get going.
And well, Akhmadaliev's other problem too now is what you're seeing is that Inoue is also using that speed, that explosiveness, that such. And when Akhmadaliev tries to answer these quick punches from Inoue, Inoue's not there.
And when you're blessed with the foot speed that Inoue, but Inoue can do that and be right in your face milliseconds later.
Right, Corey. And Akhmadaliev, like most fighters, high-level fighters, is used to people that can do one or the other.
And Akhmadaliev with a staunch belief in his power. Feels that if he can touch Inoue, he's not certain that Inoue can handle it. If that is the case, it would take just one shot. Akhmadaliev begins, and as you saw in the replays, there were times in that round when Akhmadaliev was starting to get a little bit closer to Inoue, trying to work his way to the inside, perhaps.
His problem is the price he's paying to get close, like right there. He's leaning in. Inoue pops him with the straight right. And if you've seen Inoue fight and followed him, you know that his strength, beautiful right hand there from Inoue. His strength is his calling card, Corey. You see the build on him, the muscle mass, even at 122 pounds. quick one kettlebell swings on a Bosu ball, but he's also doing preacher curls, our favorite exercise, which is why those biceps look the way they do. He's also doing weighted vest runs in the snow. So like raw physical conditioning. And Inoue acknowledges as much. He said the only thing you could say that is intimidating about Akhmadaliev is his physicality and power, which is a backhanded way of saying I'm not impressed with his skills.
Daliev, when he was asked by Tom Gray of Ring Magazine earlier this week what his best weapon in this fight would be, he said, "My body is my weapon." He looks for an uppercut through the middle there.
Yeah, you saw him land that Canelo Alvarez hook to the body to start the sequence. A short sequence, that was his best sequence of the fight, but he's...
Another right hand downstairs as Inoue. Daliev's standing right in front of him, daring Akhmadaliev. There's Akhmadaliev looking for the left hand to the body. Doesn't quite get there clean, but it does initiate somewhat of an exchange, albeit won by Inoue. Nice double jab there a moment ago. Seconds disputed a super bantamweight title clash. Naoya Inoue and MJ Akhmadaliev. So Inoue continues to go to the right hand of the body. Akhmadaliev, at least briefly, changing his level. Get a little lower, perhaps, maybe taking away Morgan that route to the body.
Yes. And Corey, you referenced Akhmadaliev's quote in Ring Magazine.
Para el round 4, Murodjon presionaba a Inoue implacablemente, dejando a la audiencia conteniendo la respiración en anticipación.
That Akhmadaliev thinks is his strongest, going straight to the body.
Rather than his body being a weapon, his body is a target presently, yes. Particularly for the right hand of Inoue. Left hand there from Akhmadaliev. That one broke through.
You saw how quick the reply came from Inoue. So even when he manages to land it, Inoue still gets the last word.
Inoue dancing out of the way of that right hook from Akhmadaliev. Of Inoue, it forces you to be honest on all of these feints as well. Right hand.
Yes.
It looks like that.
And also, Inoue just seems to have Akhmadaliev right there,
Good
just thinking
right
a little
hand.
bit. Yes. Because he's so worried about that body attack, Corey. When Inoue changes levels and goes back upstairs, Akhmadaliev is vulnerable.
Both men landing with their backhand in that exchange, but
Pronto, Naoya comenzó a abrirse paso, pero el uzbeco estaba dispuesto a mantenerse firme. En verdad no se dejaba intimidar.
double it up. Back comes Inoue, and Akhmadaliev now waving the monster in.
Yeah, that might be his best way back into this fight, Corey, is to take his chances on catching Inoue during an exchange.
Sharp right hand again there from Inoue. Body shots from Akhmadaliev. One another. It's like we're playing a game of catch with power shots right now. Clubbing right hook there from Akhmadaliev. He is by far having...
Yes, or it's taking on the rhythm of a glory kickboxing match. You go, I go, you go, I go.
That both men, at every other point in their career, would feel very confident about it. And right now, look like they are as well.
Yeah, in that rhythm, each guy is confident that they got the power to get the job done.
Thus far for Akhmadaliev, whether you have it scored for him or not.
And Inoue missed there with the right hand a few seconds ago. Did not miss with that sequence at all.
That's a fantastic left hook. Yeah, trying to come right back. Nothing as impactful as that sweeping left hook, but a reply nonetheless as Inoue hand. Digs a right hand to the body, does Inoue. Tempo really picking up here. And one final right.
Para el round 6, Muro John desató golpes de poder, apuntando a arrancarle la cabeza a Inoue con cada disparo.
Crowd getting a little bit more vocal here in Nagoya.
Here's Inoue, too, doing another veteran, smart guy tactical move. Whenever Akhmadaliev thinks he's going to do something, whenever Akhmadaliev or thinks he's going to rest, Inoue back on that jab, just to disrupt him, just to give him something to think about.
Planting his feet at times, just standing right in front of Akhmadaliev.
Yeah, now here's Akhmadaliev in the ring, and I don't think that's what he wants to do, unless he's being forced to do it, or unless he has to take a minute to think about something.
Inoue looking for that hybrid right hand. With a half hook, half uppercut. Just misses with that pull counter.
And Inoue's been trying to land that all night, too. Nice
right hook there from Akhmadaliev. Arcing hook, that could be a dangerous shot for him. There it is again.
And it's effective when people try to...
El monstruo se sentía cómodo en el fuego. Se convirtió en una batalla salvaje de dureza y voluntad.
Body of Akhmadaliev, who shells up.
I lost count, Corey. That was at least 6 shots to the body.
Make it 7. Naoya Inoue again, just standing and daring Akhmadaliev to take his chances as he goes right. Akhmadaliev just yet to find a consistent rhythm. Body work there from Akhmadaliev, brings an uppercut through the middle.
Well, here's the other problem. If you're the last 2 years convincing yourself that Naoya Inoue is afraid of you. Now 6.5 done, but just this one big psychological, emotional weapon you thought you had, you realize you do not from 0 now.
The question is, does he still have that self-belief in his power?
Yes.
Because clearly Inoue is not going to back down. That doesn't mean that he's impervious to every shot that Akhmadaliev can accord.
Yeah, those are 2 very different things.
Footwork of Inoue dancing in and out again, placing that right hand. Masterclass in how to use that long range right hand to the body against a southpaw.
Yes.
Certainly Akhmadaliev with squared up stand doing this against.
Yes. And this is, you know, if you've watched Akhmadaliev's fights, this is the thing, is that he's big and he's strong, but he's not a dynamo. What he likes to do is bait you into mistakes, and then when he counters you, he gets going. Which is another of his problems tonight, is that Inoue's not making that many mistakes. He can't bait Inoue into.
10 seconds of the round. Still daring Akhmadaliev to exchange.
Para el round 8, Inoue comenzaba a propinar una paliza para deleite de todos en la arena.
A live underdog against Floyd Mayweather.
Akhmadaliev giving a good account of himself, but running into many of the same issues that all of Inoue's opponents have run into. Which is, how do you continue, Morgan, coming up with answers?
Yes.
Against a guy who seems to have a question and an answer in
Yes.
each and every exchange.
What did Jay-Z say? I'm the question and the answer like Iverson. This is Inoue. And Akhmadaliev's body language also tells you that he just had a difficult time game planning for this speed. Like, you can game plan for it, but to prepare for the actual speed.
Hard body shot there from Inoue. Wicked left hook. And you see some swelling.
Yes.
Starting to develop, mainly underneath the right eye of Akhmadaliev, but a little bit on both cheeks.
Yeah. Where that right hand's been getting home.
Hard right hand. Excellent pull counter, and you see the legs of Akhmadaliev
Yes.
wobbling just a little bit.
The difference there, Corey, in that particular pull counter is that that punch knocked Akhmadaliev back. Akhmadaliev took 2 steps back that he didn't want to take. That was the force of the punch doing it. And now you see him starting to pull his body back from these body shots. Inoue starting to put some dents in those armor plates.
Inoue relishes in hurting his opponents, and it looked earlier in the round like he might have had Akhmadaliev hurt.
Muroyon seguía presionando hacia adelante, pero el monstruo aún estaba jugando con él, contras anticipadas, jabs, ganchos. La diferencia de niveles se hacía evidente.
Also, Akhmadaliev, because of who he is, he's not going to get his offense off unless he is in front of Inoue. He's not going to score points there, at least not the way the fight's been going. And you can hear Akhmadaliev, but again, unless the jab has immaculate timing.
What a combination
Yes.
there from Inoue. Just
We do need to acknowledge that, because the one thing we know about Inoue, too, is that the punching power has come with him up through the weight class. Nito Donaire, when Nito busted his orbital bone.
people forget that even down the stretch in that fight.
You see that uppercut.
Nice shot
Just
there
snuck
again.
that in between and out the back door.
Remember, with a broken orbital bone, this is a stat that our pal Dan Canobio likes, from 2 to 34 with a broken orbital bone.
Jeez.
Hard right hand right down the pipe there.
He has nose.
Probably courtesy of that right hand. And boy, before the glove of Inoue had even left the nose of Akhmadaliev, there was a left hook to the body. There he does it again.
Yeah.
Same combination.
Hey, you could see had something extra on it. Here's Akhmadaliev in retreat, Corey.
And I think the only thing scarier than an angry monster, Morgan, is
a happy
monster
one?
that's having fun.
Yes.
Exactly. A happy monster is bad news for anyone in this weight neighborhood. And MJ at Mock happy.
Here's Inoue coming straight in the front door, Corey. On offense, there. If you're fighting him, you have to find a way to disrupt that. Down. He's adjusted within the fight. And the shot that dropped him never lands again. And I think Akhmadaliev came into this fight thinking he could land that same shot. short range, giving him an opening for it.
Inoue has kind of presented the possibility of hope of openings as he did earlier, kind of parking himself on the ropes, but still getting the best of the.
And if you're MJ Akhmadaliev, you think you've really rattled him, but in reality you haven't, because he's rolled with that punch.
2 rounds to go here in our main event. A potential rarity of seeing an Inoue fight go to the scorecards.
Yes.
Is a possibility here in this one. As much and as flush as Inoue has landed, there really, Morgan, has been one time that we've seen any movement in the leg of Akhmadaliev.
Yeah, that is tough. Tougher than we would have known that he is, because when else would somebody do this to him? Even that fight he lost to Marlon Tapales was not like this. He was always ready with a counter.
And at this point in the fight, too, if you're thinking of body shots as a method to slow Inoue down,
yes,
you know, there are less than 4 minutes remaining in the fight.
Yeah.
Beautiful counter left hook over the top there from Inoue. These are the frightening scenes if you're a prospective in this, as he would normally. Hard body shot there from Inoue, who climbs the ladder and lands one.
I don't know how you would deal with it. He's got 3 minutes to capitalize on it. And what you heard in Akhmadaliev's corner between rounds, Corey, was desperation. And it's amazing how quickly an attitude, or how profoundly an attitude can shift over the course of 33 minutes. Because on the way into this fight, it was, this guy's afraid of you, he's been ducking you for 2 years. On the way into the last round is, do have practical answers.
Yeah, and it's an obvious acknowledgement of where the scorecards are.
Yes.
And I don't think that anyone scoring at home would think that this is particularly close, but.
No, this should be a shutout. Maybe 1 round for Akhmadaliev. But again, it's just so far away from his thought process, his attitude, his outlet going into this fight, his outlook going into this fight. What he thought was, here's a guy that's scared of me, and I'm going to show him why he's been scared of me, and I'm going to show you all why this guy's been scared of me. And again, he learned very quickly that Inoue is not scared. And he learned very quickly that Inoue just presented a puzzle that he couldn't solve. And again, Akhmadaliev, he's
of a final round knockout. Akhmadaliev not presenting too many glaring openings, but yet Inoue still finds them, even against a fighter.
That's another testament to just the thoroughness of.
En los segundos finales del round 12, ocurrió un momento notable cuando Akhmadaliev conectó un gancho de derecha que brevemente tambaleó a Inoue.
Found the shot. Will it be too late?
Pero no fue suficiente. Para el final del round 12, todo era de Inoue. Todos lo sabían.
The monster was ready.
Las tarjetas de los jueces marcaron 117 a 111, 118 a 110 y 118 a 110 a favor de Inoue, reteniendo sus títulos indiscutidos Super Gallo. Todo el mundo esperaba que el contundente Murollón robara la oportunidad de un knockout, pero el monstruo fue disciplinado y propinó una dominación contundente en el proceso. Para algunos aficionados, el resultado no fue lo que esperaban. Antes de la pelea, MJ y su promotor Eddie Hearn se abrieron paso a base de bravuconería para conseguir que Inoue firmara y declararon que Inoue había estado esquivando durante 2 años, solo para mostrar una actuación fallida. Definitivamente me equivoqué con esa. Inoue sabemos que es un peleador de calidad. Tengo que reconocérselo. Gran actuación y definitivamente se ubica en ese top 5 libra por libra. MJ contrató al mismo entrenador que había entrenado a Ramón Cárdenas para su pelea contra el monstruo, pero aún así fracasó. Bueno, Akhmadaliev sí logró romper la racha de 11 peleas consecutivas por nocaut de Inoue, sobreviviendo a una dominación de 12 rounds.
Or it thinks he's going to rest. Inoue back on that jab, just to disrupt him. Just to give him something to think about when he thinks he's going to regroup.
Inoue just planting his feet at times, just standing right in front of Akhmadaliev.
Yeah, now
Aficionados y expertos elogiaron la actuación de Inoue como una demostración de ser un peleador completo, destacando su poder, estrategia y juego de pies, cualidades asociadas con los grandes del boxeo. El propio Inoue expresó su satisfacción con su enfoque estratégico, enfatizando que demostró que podía pelear de manera inteligente e ir la distancia cuando fuera necesario. Si disfrutaron este video, por favor compártanlo para mantener volando la fama de Inoue y suscríbanse a nuestro canal. Gracias.